Hello there, and welcome to the weekly Outside Views report on Welsh politics. Community facilities across Wales are set to benefit from crucial additional Welsh government funding, enabling them to complete refurbishment works. The projects had struggled to stay within their original budgets due to rising costs of building supplies. More than £303,000 will go towards additional funding for 5 larger projects. In total, 15 projects are receiving funding totaling £467,000 in this round of the Community Facilities Programme. This included £164,000 towards 10 smaller projects, all receiving under £25,000 grants. Small amounts of grant funding can provide a big change for community facilities, though. The program funds the purchase and improvement of facilities which provide opportunities for local people to improve their day-to-day lives. The smaller projects include £13,000 towards making a woodland space at Blue Green Cymru in Glyntyfi Woods, Pembrokeshire, more accessible all year round through new paths, a log burn and a covered area. £20,000 toward urgent repairs to the roof to prevent water ingress at St Thomas Church Hall in Clydach Vale, and £11,000 towards upgrading the kitchen and the play space to create a warm hub during the winter months at Victory Church in Cumbrian, and £17,870 towards an extension to the workshop and energy-saving improvements at Brighter Futures in Rhyl in Denbighshire. The larger projects include £50,000 towards new windows to make the building more sustainable for energy costs at New Life Church in Cardigan in Ceredigion, £50,000 towards improving sound insulation and renovating an outbuilding into a flexible space for music, dance and arts workshop at the Tabernacle Bethesda in Gwynedd, and £87,000 towards refurbishing a community hub and installing new windows to make it more energy efficient at Hiran YMCA in RCT. Whether you're looking to swap from the car to a healthier, more cost-effective commute, thinking of taking a weekend stroll, or simply planning a bike ride with friends and family, there's likely to be an opportunity nearby with more than 2,000 kilometers of high-quality local walking and cycling routes already available across Wales. Following months of public consultation and working closely with the Welsh Government, local authorities have published their active travel network maps, which include a comprehensive list of fully approved and accessible active travel routes, which can be accessed on Data Map Wales. The maps bring together both existing routes as well as plans to deliver new and improved routes over both the short and long term, with funding from the Welsh Government's Active Travel Fund, as it's called. The 2023-24 funding round is now open for applications, and the Welsh Government is encouraging local authorities to apply for funding from the £55 million pot to help them realise their ambitions for active travel in their community. The Welsh Government's creative agency, Creative Wales, reports £14.2 million of production funding has been successfully awarded to 22 projects since its inception in January 2020, and spend from brands such as Lucasfilm, Netflix and Batwolf has generated over £155.6 million of production spend into the Welsh economy. We're shooting for big budget films like Havoc, which recently wrapped, and Wales-made series like Willow, His Dark Materials 3, and the 4th season of Sex Education poised to hit screens. The local creative economy is growing proportionally year on year. In the last 2 years alone, Wales Screen, Creative Wales location service, has received over 900 production enquiries from film and TV crews wanting to take advantage of the country's world-class facilities. In 2021, the Welsh screen sector saw a turnover of £575 million, a 36% increase from the year before. The 2021 British Film Institute Screen Report showed that investment in filmmaking from organisations like Creative Wales has resulted in a 9-fold increase in the country's economic output. Wales is being tipped to compete on the world stage by international production and film houses due to its vast choice of filming locations, a combined 822,705 square feet of shooting space split across the country's 7 studios, and a skilled workforce. A memorandum of understanding with BBC Wales and S4C is seeing an increased partnership working in Wales to tell uniquely Welsh stories and supporting independent production companies. The partnerships have resulted in many positive developments in content development and actions on the skills agenda, which all aim to build on contribution of the creative sector to economic growth. Dr. Richard Irvine has been announced the Wales' new Chief Veterinary Officer. Dr. Irvine is currently the UK Deputy Chief Veterinary Officer and Policy Deputy Director for Global Animal Health in DEFRA. He will join the Welsh Government in March. He is a highly experienced veterinarian with a background in animal health and welfare, trade policy, as well as science and state veterinary medicine. He has held different roles, leading animal health surveillance and science programs at the Animal and Plant Health Agency, as well as time spent in a clinical mixed veterinary practice in South Wales. 4 Welsh cultural organisations are to be funded through a partnership between the Welsh Government and the National Manuscripts Conservation Trust, the NMCT. The National Manuscripts Conservation Trust, or NMCT, is the only UK grant giver that focuses solely on the care and conservation of manuscripts in the UK. A collection of around 2,000 drawings and paintings compiled by William Burgess, the respected architect and designer, that relate to his redevelopment of Cardiff Castle from 1868 until his death in 1881. The collection is held at the Glamorgan Archives, and conservation of the collection will ensure informed and sympathetic restoration of the castle itself in years to come, safeguarding one of the capital's most iconic landmarks. Other funded projects include the Firing Line Museum. The King's Dragoon Guards recruiting instructions of 1787 explains the process of joining the Senior Dragoon Guards Regiment and includes introduction on matters such as pay and purchases, health and medicine, religion, interregimental relations, and the civilian situation of recruits. Conservation will ensure this rare piece of military history is preserved. And then we have the Gwent Archives. This collection of Risca North Colliery pre-shift inspection reports from 1920s to 60s cover a time of great change and activity in the industry, from strikes and economic difficulties of the 1920s through the Second World War and nationalization in 1947. This work will ensure a catalogue for the collections will be available online for researchers for the first time. And then we have Swansea Museum. Pioneering businesswoman Elizabeth Bessie Dilwyn experimented with designs and ceramic body types at the famous Cambrian pottery at about 1836. Her sketches are to be conserved and put on display alongside the finished pieces within the museum's collection. And this concludes my week's news on Welsh politics. And as I said, I think this is really important to talk about the devolution governments as well, and I will continue every week to do so as long as there is material. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.